Hey everybody, welcome to Tech Uploaded. I'm Chris, and I guess you could say this is the first TUVlog. Decided that I'm going to take some time on Fridays, maybe? I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm kind of, okay, I'm going all over the place with this, but just bear with me. Just hang on for the ride, because I'm just about to just blurt out a lot of stuff in one fell swoop here. So, here's the thing. When I first started this channel, I had the idea of doing a vlog that I would associate with it, but I wanted to wait until I had, you know, a somewhat decent base of subscribers so I could be talking to people that actually interact with me on this channel. So first off, let me say thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, everyone who's here, and especially interacting and leaving comments and starting discussions on some of the videos, leaving questions for me. If you leave a question, I'm going to answer you, or at least I'm going to try. You guys are all so great. I mean, it's just awesome. I'm so glad to have everyone here. It's been a really good, exciting week for the channel. You know, I have David to thank for that. That's great. And that being said, I'm at the point where I feel like I need a medium to kind of just express things, I guess. Boy, this is technical, isn't it? To express what, you know, what I'm excited about, what's going on that I'm excited about, what I've got coming up, some things that have been popular in the topics, things like that. So I had a couple of different ideas. When I first started the channel, what I did was I had a test run, I guess you could say, that I did of a longer format vlog that kind of followed me around throughout the week instead of just sitting down and chatting like now. So if you guys are at all interested in seeing that, it's done and it's edited, and I'll post it if you want to see it. So leave a comment if you want me to post that. It's back from March when I first started the channel, so let me know, and I'll post it up, and then I guess you guys can decide what you want me to do. But anyway, I can't say thank you enough to everyone who's here. Having you guys as part of this channel and part of this community makes this so much more fulfilling for me to be able to do these videos and be able to help people and interact. So that's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, that being said, what do I have coming up? Go over that. So the H440, we'll hit on that first. So I did the first part of my cooling upgrade. I looked at different fans on my H105 from Corsair, how they perform in different setups, and basically the conclusion I came to was, doesn't really matter if you're using a pull configuration, if you put the fans on the top or the bottom. Doesn't matter. You're going to get very similar results. I did find that the Noctua fans were slightly better. They are a little quieter because they're PWM, and unless I've got the system just going full force, it's quieter. The fans are better. That being said, I mentioned in that video it was only the first part, and that is true, because I'm actually going to bling the system up a little bit. Got some LEDs, some white LEDs to go with a white case. I didn't want anything to clash with the Hero, Maximus 6 Hero motherboard, because it's red and black, so I wanted to stick with, I can't really do black LEDs, that would just be nothing. Red, it's too much red for me, so white. I went with white, and to go along with that, I've got the AF-140, and I actually bought 4 of these bad boys. So what I'm going to do with these is put them in the H440, and I'm going to put 3 of them in the front and then 1 in the back, and these are white LEDs as well, so they'll kind of go along with that scheme of the white LED in the case. Now the reason I did this was I actually have 2 Y adapters that I got with the Noctua fans. So instead of running my fans into the fan hub in the 440, I can run them into the motherboard fan headers on the Maximus 6. Which is nice because they won't be running at full speed. Things will be a lot quieter, and being 140 millimeter, it should move air at a lower RPM. Everything's good with that. It's kind of stupid the way it's set up now. Everything's running full blast on those front fans, and even when the system's idle, you can hear the fans, and I'm just kind of being OCD about it, and I don't want to hear them. So speaking of cooling, the home theater PC build, which I just did, that was a success, and the temperatures are pretty good. The thing is it gets a little bit warm if I'm gaming. I did fire up Titanfall. I'm really bad at Titanfall. I feel a little bit guilty playing Titanfall because I feel like everybody hates me because I suck so bad. And I noticed playing that the system does get a little bit warm. And if I'm going to overclock my GPU, which that 7850 overclocks really well, I don't really want to be doing it the way it's set up now. So I'm going to put 140 millimeter that I'm going to take out of, because I put a couple, here's the chain of things. I had 140 millimeters in my 8350 Design R4. Moved a couple of those into the H440. Going to take those out, put in the AF-140. So then I'm going to take the fan I take out of there, put it into the home theater PC case, the Phenom, and I'm going to use this little splitter to get that extra fan going, still using the motherboard header because it's a home theater PC. I don't want it to be too loud. And then I'm going to put this ZALMAN cooler in there to cool down the processor a little bit more. Not even so much cool down the processor, is just get air moving around the motherboard. Get as much air moving in there as I can, and then try to disturb the air so that it gets sucked out that top fan or sucked out the bottom, and then have the fan on top as well to get the heat out from the GPU. And then finally, this will probably be, maybe next week, the week after, but Nvidia's drivers have been out for a little while now. The new drivers that are supposed to dramatically upgrade the speed of your processor, and it's supposed to be the mantle killer, and it's, Nvidia just looking at AMD and going, mantle, mantle, we don't care about it. We've got DirectX 12 coming, and that's going to be amazing, and it's going to change everything, and we're just going to show you guys. Now, one thing I've noticed is Nvidia seems to be gearing themselves more towards the hardcore. Now, that's not necessarily true because they've got the 750 out now, but they're favoring people that have really high-end gaming rigs a lot more than Mantle is doing. Mantle is more for the APU side of things and people with a little bit lower-end GPUs, whereas Nvidia is like, this is just going to work awesome on everything. If you got a 7850, just, grab onto your chair and hang on, because these new drivers, whoa, they're going to be so awesome. Well, we'll see. I just ran benchmarks about 2 weeks ago on the H440, so all those numbers are still fresh, and how I ran the benchmarks is still fresh. So I'm going to be able to do them again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install those new drivers, run the benchmarks again, and then compare them and see just how much of an improvement there is. What percentage improvement do you really get with these new drivers? Because I'm skeptical. Been down this road before with NVIDIA drivers, and I don't know. We'll see. All right, now the tech news I'm really excited about. I've been trying to keep this contained, but I'm really pumped. Intel, a couple of weeks ago, announced that the Haswell-E is coming, which we all already knew, but it's coming in the fall, and it's supposed to be pretty darn sweet. They're going to have an 8-core version, so all the Intel people and the AMD people, you can calm down now. No more of the argument from the AMD folks going, oh, I've got an 8350. Now I have an 8350, so I can talk smack. I got an 8350, and it just kicks the 4770K's butt in applications that use 8 cores. So it's 8 cores, and the 4770 is only 4 cores. Well, I can tell you for one thing, I have both systems, 4770K and 8350. The 4770K is faster. Period. Every single application done. It's faster. Not by leaps and bounds, but it is. But the way that AMD classifies 8 cores and the way that Intel classifies 4 cores, they're basically the same thing. Both chips have 4 physical cores. It's just a matter of how they cut those in half and split them, how they define it. Whereas that's how AMD comes up with 8 and Intel comes up with 4. Either way, they're hyper-threaded chips with 8 threads is essentially, in layman's terms, what's happening. So 8 actual cores, ooh, now we're talking 16 threads. This is going to be awesome. So, right now, we got 12. You got the 6-core Sandy Bridge, or not Sandy, Ivy Bridge E. So this is going to be cool. I'm really excited about this. And it's also going to be the introduction of DDR4 on the actual memory side, PC memory side, not DDR5, because that's a whole different story. Graphics cards memory is just different. So it's going to be DDR4. Now, what speeds we're going to be coming onto the scene with these, I don't know. Maybe the end of 1600 memory, just done. We'll see. But I'm excited for that. Now, what's also cool is Intel came out with the new Haswell, and they should just call it Haswell Fixed, because it's essentially what they did. They came out on stage and said, we realize people are pretty upset with the fact that the Haswell is a bad overclocker. And it is. It's unless you delid your chip, which I'm not going to do that. You have to get in underneath the lid, the TIM, and look at what's in there, and what it is really bad thermal paste. Just really bad. I've seen somebody actually in person delid one, and what a joke. It was just done so poorly. So it's no wonder these chips are bad overclockers a lot of times. You really, really are playing the silicon lottery with the Haswell chips, because if you get a bad one, man, it gets hot. The chip I've got, 4.4, is as far as I'm going to go on the overclock on it, because Core 1 gets really hot. I mean, really hot. If you looked at my cooling test, if I run Prime 95, that thing hits 100. Just does. Whereas Core 1's all hot, Core 4, not so much, like 10 to 15 degrees cooler. And the reason for that is it's probably the thermal paste, the way it's applied underneath the lid, It's bad. So what they're going to do is they're going to have them soldered on again like they used to do. I think back in the Sandy Bridge days, they did it. And then Ivy Bridge and Haswell until kind of blew it. So they're going to go back to that. And they said they're going to like custom bin these chips and they're supposed to be awesome. And they're going to have super overclocking potential. But then somebody asked a question. I was screaming in my head the whole time that they were talking. Someone said, hey, are we going to be able to run these new chips? They're called Devil's Canyon. Are we going to be able to run these on Z87? And the spokesman from Intel said, no, you'll need the Z97 architecture, which is going to be what they're going to use for Broadwell. So A, that sucks. You can't run a Haswell chip on a board you bought for Haswell. B, does that mean Broadwell is not going to be backwards compatible with Z87? That's what Intel made it sound like. I find that hard to believe. I would think with a flash of with UEFI or the BIOS, you'd be able to run Broadwell on a Z87 because they're 1150 chipset. But I don't know. Intel made it sound like you weren't going to be able to. I guess we'll see. But anyway, that's pretty exciting for anybody who wants to be doing overclocking. Intel basically just admitted, yeah, we blew it. The Haswell chips, we just didn't build them very well. So we're going to fix it now. We're going to build them right. Yay! All right, then real quick, some of the questions I've been getting on some of the videos. A pretty common one, what monitor am I running? I'm running the Asus PB278Q. It's the same monitor I sent as a gift, so I really like that monitor. Obviously, I wouldn't have sent one if I didn't. I wouldn't have bought a second one. It's a really great display, 2560, 1440, obviously awesome, 1440p. Really high quality, colors are great out of the box, nice and bright. Everything about it's just top-notch to me. I like the way it looks. Now, a little caveat, though. It does use PWM backlighting, so that's pulse width modulation. So that means when you dim the monitor down, instead of just dimming down, it's actually taking the backlights, the LED backlights, and it's flashing them on and off real fast. And when it's at full brightness, they're just on. And if you're like 70%, they're on, off, really quick. And when you get down to like 20%, it's like on, off, obviously a lot faster than that. But what that causes is flickering, and some people can see it, some people can't. And some people can't see it, and they still get headaches. So they don't realize why they're getting a headache. Well, they're getting a headache because their brain is perceiving the flicker, and it's giving them eye strain. Doesn't affect everybody, and most people it doesn't, but it doesn't for me, thankfully. That's something to consider. Dell makes one that doesn't have that problem. ViewSonic makes one that doesn't have that problem, and I think that Samsung makes one, and I don't know. It's a pretty old technology. I think we're going to see it going away in the next line of monitors because Dell's been taking a lot of, or not Dell, but Asus has been taking a lot of flack for using that. But I did have the Dell U2713HM, and it was great, except for the fact that backlighting was terrible. It was incredibly uneven. There was backlight bleed all over the place, which was disappointing because my other monitor is a 2209WA, which is a 22-inch Dell Ultra Sharp, and it's just phenomenal. It's a great screen, and backlight is even, crisp, great colors, amazing viewing angles. So it's kind of a bummer. I feel like Dell kind of went down from where they were. Hopefully they can get the quality control back. I don't know. We'll see. But I actually kind of like having a 27 and a 22. I'm not running dual 27s because the other monitor's kind of like off to the side. And because the pixel density is so dense in the 27-inch one, having one that has a little bit wider pixel density means the pixels are larger and I can actually read. So there you go. That's my setup. Other things I have, the A5 Plus from Audio Engine. I've got a set of those with the stands. I have the Audio Engine D1 DAC, which is nice. I really like it. And then headphones. Kind of getting the bug to get some new headphones. So I've got these mono price headphones that I got for like $50 maybe. Not bad. I mean, they're pretty comfortable. They have decent sound. But Jerry Barnacles Nerdgasm, he's got me thinking headphones now. He posted a review of a set that you can get for around 170, 180, yeah, on Amazon, and I'm really thinking I might bite the bullet and get some of those. I don't know, we'll see. But the Haswell-E X99 thing, just between you and I, that's going to be a problem because I'm really kind of excited for that. I have no reason whatsoever to get it. I have a 4770K. That's more than enough power. But when those things come out in the fall, like October, November, it's going to be hard. I don't know. You may be seeing me doing an X99 Haswell-E build. Just saying. It may happen. The headphones are probably going to happen first. Oh, and then I actually, when I did the review of the Bluetooth speakers, I realized I just really don't like my Creative D1 or D100 or H. I don't even know what it is. Creative something 100. I've got D in the head from the D1. But anyway, I don't like it. It doesn't sound good. I've been using a little, I don't think it's sitting over here. Ah, it's over there. But that little capsule one I reviewed, the sound was just so much better on it. It wasn't loud, but it sounded better. So I ended up going with a Bose Sound Dock or whatever it is, Mini. So actually I ordered it today and it's supposed to be coming today. Thanks, Amazon. And there's a warehouse here, which is a double-edged sword. Fast delivery, have to pay taxes. But finally, I'm going to be doing an upgrade of the office. Going to be a little renovation. So parents are coming over and they're going to help me put in some wood flooring, which is going to be nice. Engineered hardwood. Going to be getting rid of the desk I have now. I'm going to put an IKEA L-shaped desk. You can't really see what I'm pointing at. Just imagine a room over here. And I'm going to have that, and I'm going to have it facing, my monitor's facing out the window. So instead of going, cool, a wall, I'm actually going to be able to look out the window, which is going to be nice. And, you know, I don't know. I have a lot more space over here, which again, you can't see, but the carpet in here is terrible. This desk is getting crowded. If I did want to add a second 27-inch monitor, I really can't at the moment. There's no way it would fit on here with these A5 Plus speakers. And I need somewhere to put my secondary PC. I don't know. I've got that 8350 and I've got an i5. So I don't know. I got to find something to do with those. But anyway, there it is. There's me talking. There's me chatting. But seriously, so I don't know. Do you want to continue to see a format like this? Do you want me to post what I did originally, the week format, which is, I want to say 30 minutes or so. It's pretty long, maybe even longer than that. All right, so usual customary, if you enjoyed this video or my videos, if you want to see more videos, click that subscribe button. That'd be great, so I know you're here. And then, oh, Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm tweeting. I'm tweeting, tweet. No, the reality is tweeting just gives me an excuse to take pictures of stuff. So I'm on Twitter, and if you want to follow me there, it's Tech Uploaded. And there is actually a Tech Uploaded Facebook page, which I'm not going to lie, I kind of neglect. But Twitter, I will respond to you on Twitter. If you tweet me, I'll respond. And most of the time, if you leave a comment in a video, I'll respond. Unless you say something really hateful, and I may just give you a smiley face. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to probably go outside and maybe cut the grass because it's nice out. And it hasn't been nice out for like 6 months.